Blab, 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 blab. Blab, 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 blab. Blab, 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 blab. Blab, 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 blab. Blab Talk Live, Blab Talk Live, Blab Talk Live, Blab Talk Live. Blab, 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 Blab Talk Live.
It's Blab Talk Live, broadcasting not only to the Blab universe, but out there to the world of Facebook's using revolutionary technology powered by a gallery of hamsters. I'm Joel Comm, that's Vincenzo Landino, and we are here for you. How cool is this?
What's going on? Okay, so can you tell me where we're going live on Facebook?
So you guys, yeah, I'm sure.
You sure?
I'm looking at it right now.
All right, I'm on Joel Comm. I'm looking at Joel Comm. We're friends. Oh, there we are. Okay.
Yeah, there's 28 or so people there, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and share this to my my business page as well. And if you guys want to share it out, everybody, like if you're here on Blab, definitely share that we're here on Blab, but go to facebook.com/Joel Comm, and from there, share this revolutionary, groundbreaking, uber cool, cost me $500 to be able to do this technology.
Hey, I told you about it. You're like, how much is it? $500, Joel. I'm getting it.
Totally.
All right.
Yeah. Now, so what's happening here is it's not a big mystery. Jeff C. That's how you pronounce your name, right? Jeff, thank you so much for your help in helping me work through. There was a plugin for Telestream that helped me eliminate the echo, and then a couple other little tips he had for me to make it work. What you are watching is not a test.
This is Telestream's Wirecast.
This is Wirecast.
Yes.
So if I go to, actually, we can go to Telestream. Is it .com or .net?
Telestream, I don't know. Telestream.com. Yeah. Telestream.net. Hey, Joel Comm's gone again. It's just Vincenzo Landino show, broadcasting to you live from the studios of Enzo. That's this room right here. Nothing special, I'm telling you. I don't know where Joel is. Joel's kind of just disappeared on me again tonight. All this funky stuff we're doing, but it's okay. It's okay. Seats open. The topic is live video shenanigans, so we're going to talk about live
video. Seat is
video.
not open. The seat is locked. It is locked down.
Well, no, you opened the video.
For just a bit, because what I want to do is I want to pull up Telestream and show people what's going on here. So this is this.
You guys can check this out. What we're doing here by watching the.
No, that's actually not loading. Let me do the screen share instead. Let's see if this works. Do I have to unlock it to screen share? I think I do. Okay.
Yeah.
Telestream. There it is. Yeah. All right. So this is Telestream .net, and I got some issues here. There we go. It was so whatever is showing on Mac.
As you guys can see, we haven't figured it out.
So Telestream.net, there's an application called Wirecast, and they are a Facebook Live partner. They integrate with the Facebook API, and you can test it for nothing, but you've got the, what do you call, overlay that says Wirecast on
watermark.
It, the demo, and a voice that says, you are watching a Telestream live video cast. A watermark, yes. There's an audio and a visual watermark.
Joel, make me a host.
So for $4.95, unfortunately, it's only good on one platform or the other. So what you don't see is right over here, I have my MacBook, and it is running Wirecast, and it's connected. So basically, how this is configured is Wirecast is running on the MacBook, and the Blab is open on the MacBook. I've selected the Blab, cropped the screen to just be the 4 square, area, and I'm sending that directly to Facebook Live. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
You're sticking to it.
Pretty cool, huh? I did it.
I'm proud of you, buddy.
I did it. So Rob just says, how do you send it to Facebook Live? I just told you.
Yeah, it's so I had this conversation with somebody else who didn't believe that it was that easy when I did it. So I did a Wirecast from my desktop, and someone was like, "How did you do that? Did you have to hack into the RHTML and blah blah blah?"
Yes,
I was like, "No,
I
not
had to
really."
hack.
Come on in Blab.
I said yes. I streamed live, and people didn't believe me. But it's that simple with Wirecast. But here's the point, and this is what I want to make sure that everyone watching here and on Facebook Live understands. This isn't for somebody that's just, if you just want to do a broadcast and you want to like sit at your desktop and do it, I really would not recommend you spending $500. If you are looking to step it up and do kind of next level, and you're going to have like a produced show with high quality cameras, then go for it. Don't spend $500 if you are just going to sit here and do a show every once in a blue moon just to say you did it from your desktop.
This
like,
is
it's
for
not
us
worth that.
nerdy, geeky, uber techie people that want to produce, regularly. And I have not even begun to tap into what's possible here on Wirecast. But supposedly I can actually, I wonder, see what happens here. Right.
You can actually view, you can actually use like your camera or your phone as another camera. You can import different streams. Like you can import, if you want to import a produced video that you made and just push it and go live, like that's huge for brands that maybe were like, well, I don't want to do live video. So you don't have to, but you can still use the live interface, which is really, really important. And people need to understand you can still use Facebook Live, but push your videos as a program, right? Push those onto the live platform. That will get you into priority in the Facebook algorithm, which is super, super important for anybody. Hey, Steven, thanks, bud. I would love to get Wirecast, but
you see, if you could see on Facebook, there's a picture behind me of me on my FaceTime camera, and I just don't know how to move the overlays yet to do that. I don't know if you had the Facebook window up, but there was this creepy, like behind the Blab window was my wide screen of me here in the office from my MacBook camera. And I don't know how to bring it to the front to adjust that yet. I'll figure it out. But with
everyone's in the house tonight.
Stelzner's here.
Yeah, I think it's my Wi-Fi. Joel, make me a host so that I can bounce out real quick.
Yeah, and it might not just be you. Realize that I am streaming out Blab and then I'm streaming to Facebook at the same time. So, but I've got the bandwidth to handle it. I don't know why it's an issue. Hey, Mike, come on in here and talk to us about this. This is right up your alley, unless you're doing family stuff and you'll get slapped for pulling away. So we don't want anybody to get slapped.
Hey,
BK, don't leave us.
There's a lot of latency, Joel, and I don't know if it's just your machine, but I'm definitely hearing latency in your voice and also in Vincenzo's voice. And hopefully my upload speed is better now. Are you?
Hey, Mike, how are you?
Well, it could very well be that I am double streaming right now. Although I've done that before. I've streamed Facebook. I've streamed 3 things at once from here before. So I don't know
So I
why
think
it would
Blab
be a deal with
Blab
this.
had issues. I think Blab had some issues last night.
Well, I can tell
you. So they could be continuing.
I can tell you, Joel, that if you're using the same computer for Wirecast, I've heard a lot of feedback that is a very intensive. You're not? Okay.
No, I've got a MacBook over here that's running Wirecast and pulling the Blab
perfect.
in. So the MacBook is dropping to Facebook Live with Wirecast. I'm just using this machine here as I usually do.
So that's probably why. I bet you if you were doing it on the same, it would be better.
I would think it would be worse.
Yeah.
Is it worse? But if you have the processing power, it would be okay. It would. Now you're pinging your router twice. No?
I don't think it's a router issue. I think it's a
yeah, but I've actually quad streamed from here before.
Yeah, but here's the difference, Joel.
I've quad streamed.
You're uploading high fidelity video on Facebook. It's broadcasting in HD, where it's not on Blab. That could be part of it. I don't know. By the way, my family just pulled in, so I'm going to be mobbed by children. But I think it's really cool.
So let me do a speed test here.
We're going to be broadcasting live on Friday. But I definitely can hear latency in your voice. Can people hear my voice being latent?
Yeah, I'm hearing delay. I'm doing a speed test right now. I'm getting a 12 millisecond ping. I'm getting a 70 down, 72, 73. It's still going up. My download speed is good. I'm waiting for that to finish. I'm at a 78 download.
Upload is what you care
Here comes
about.
my upload stream. Upload stream is bouncing around 9, which should be, don't you think that's plenty to manage?
I think so, but if my voice is breaking up on Blab, then it's Blab. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's a bummer.
I think it's Blab. I think it's the Blab issue.
It says Joel is not synced.
Personally,
one thing to keep in mind is later, Joel, you might want to run a CPU. There's a piece of software on the Mac that will allow you to see how much available CPU it has available. It's a utility. Maybe somebody here knows what it's called, but the utility will allow you to see how much Wirecast is taking up of your computer. But I doubt that's the issue because I'm hearing Joel, on his Blab session. I'll be off in a minute. Oh, what happened? We lost Joel.
Joel with the longest hair.
Looks like he is just having all sorts of issues trying to push this.
This is why we actually have a 4-man crew when we do this show on Facebook Live, and actually everyone is located in different locations and stuff. So it's still one of those kind of things. Got to work out the kinks. I mean, Wirecast is a pretty complicated piece of software, and I guess the real question is whether or not Joel uploading a really fat pipe on Wirecast with a thin pipe.
Yeah, so it's interesting as I'm watching the Facebook stream, Mike, you're like on my MacBook, you're not showing. You are here on the PC in Blab native, but both of us were showing problematic on the Wirecast that's coming in. Your picture is not up over here. You're logged in, but we don't see you on Facebook.
I see a firewall blocking error.
Yeah, I wonder if that's just a Blab.
Yeah, hey Mike, drop for just a second and come on back in.
Do you know what it might? It might be Blab's firewall.
Yeah, I'm gonna test my internet speed too.
Why would Blab? Oh, by the way,
hey, what's
Matt.
up?
Why would Why would Blab have a
protect their
firewall
servers?
issue going?
And they could have made an adjustment or something because everybody gets hacked, right? So maybe they made an adjustment that's bugging out a little bit.
Another Blab surprise. Vincenzo, you're locked up on us, buddy. I'm gonna do you the favor of the boot and let you come back in again. I'm looking to see what's happening on Facebook, and it seems to be, yeah. All right, so it's not perfect. So we think it's a Blab issue. Is what we're hearing from
Can
others.
you guys hear me?
You know what?
And this is the beauty of live video, everybody.
Yeah, I can hear you, Mike.
Stud, what's going on?
Yeah, so I have a pretty decent internet connection. I got like 70 down, and I've got about 6 up. But it's not as high as like if I'm in the office or I have 20 up. But still, it should be enough where people can see me on Blab. But I guess the real issue is why your machine, Joel. Oh, you just went black, Joel. Why your machine doesn't see me, because you represent someone who is essentially watching. And I'm wondering.
I'm representing.
Yeah, but you're black now. That's weird. We lost your video.
Oh, interesting.
Is it just me, guys, or can you, Vincenzo?
No, it's not. People on the live stream on Facebook are saying, kill the feed. Put a fork in it.
All right, I'm killing the. I just killed the Facebook feed. Let's see what happens. Am I back?
Funny enough, some people say they can see you, but I don't. Matt, do you see him? Did Matt freeze up on us?
Yeah, I want to. Sorry, Matt. Let me do this for a sec. Hey, Jason, can you jump in here a second? As long as you're here.
There goes Vincenzo too. What the heck? Yeah, we've definitely ran into some weird anomalies like this, Joel, doing our show on. Whoa, Joel, are you still there? Am I the only guy?
I just refreshed to fix this up.
Okay, cool. Yeah, the funny thing is you disappeared and I was the only man standing.
Hey, Jason, jump in here, man. Talk to us for a second. Let's tell you what's going on here, and we need to find out where this is, where the cluster is.
So if you shut down your Facebook feed,
I did. I shut it.
I hear an echo.
You killed the Facebook feed?
I know you can hear me, Jason, but I want to talk to you. Can you jump in here a second? All right.
Hey, I'm hearing an echo, Joel.
I don't know where that's coming from.
Huh. Do you hear it, Vincenzo? Yeah. Can you mute your microphone, Joel?
Can I mute my microphone?
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Hey, what's up, Britt?
Hey, Brittany.
Hi, Brittany.
What's up, guys?
So we are trying to figure out where our issue is tonight. We were just I've got Wirecast set up on another computer here.
Do you want this recorded?
What's that?
You just gonna edit this out? Okay.
Am I gonna edit what out?
You're recording. I didn't know if you wanted to record all this part.
Sure, why not?
Okay.
I mean, how often do we get you on a Blab these days?
I've been on the whole side of the internet. All right.
So I've got Wirecast set up, and I'm was shooting it out to Facebook, and serious latency issues. I'm trying to figure out if it's because of Facebook or if you guys made some sort of change that might have caused latency to have some issues tonight.
It's going to take a lot to broadcast out to multiple platforms, and it's probably why you get that people are getting a firewall issue for you. It's really just a poor connection kind of issue.
I've got a business. I mean, mine is 100 down. I was getting 80 down and 10 up, and I've streamed to Blab, Meerkat, Periscope, and Facebook at the same time without having those issues.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the good news is, Joel, ever since you stopped, I mean, your video is good now.
Yeah,
your audio is good.
The whole Blab is fine now.
Yeah, Facebook might require a lot more than the mobile devices, especially if mobile's using like LTE or something. That's not the internet.
So does that mean I can't do this?
I think the 10 up might be a little low to do multiple streams like that.
Joel, do you have unlimited data on your phone? Because you could go Blab on your phone, and then you could go up on Facebook.
Yeah, I don't like
on your home network
phone though.
Yeah, I mean, you could later for a test.
As long as you're not blabbing and
just
driving.
isolate it.
Mitch Jackson is in the house. He will hunt you down.
Yeah, he's gone. He left.
Well,
that was a fun
test. I wonder if there's a tool. I wonder if there's a tool that can tell you how much of your network is being utilized on the upstream and the downstream. There probably is. Someone technical here probably knows, and then you could just run that tool, and then maybe it'll tell you, okay, this app or this computer is taking up this much of the upload speed, and this one is taken up, and then you can run the test. Because I'm imagining Blab is not a very fast
packet
upload.
sniffer.
It's pretty low resolution. I mean, your video is 400, 2 by 200 or something like that, right?
So I am getting latency from you guys now. Your voices are breaking up a little bit.
Anyways,
I'm running another speed test just to double check on my side.
Yeah.
And there goes
your voice.
Want answers that are more satisfactory.
Listen, I'll let you go, man. I've
okay.
I've reached the end of my
tech support.
Yeah,
you're breaking up, Mike.
One thing
Brittany's
I could say is it's definitely
Later,
the upload speed.
I can't
Everyone's
understand what
trying
you're
to-
saying, hon. I don't know what's happening here.
Right, so everyone in chat, can you guys hear my voice coming in fine?
Yes, no, yes.
Okay, so my voice is coming in fine, which means it's likely an internet issue on your end, which is probably all the streaming from multiple devices.
Seeing 85 and 11.5 now. I just can't, I find it hard to believe that that's not enough. But did you know that the top connection speed in the U.S. is 505?
Ooh.
Where is that, in Kansas?
I don't know, but dang.
It's Kansas. It's gotta be Kansas, man. Google Fiber. I can't
up,
wait.
homie?
I want Google Fiber.
What are you doing?
It's all you, G. We are trying to figure out why I'm not getting significant enough bandwidth to pipe this through at Facebook.
I just want to know how homie is running as fast as he says he is.
What?
Did you see what homie wrote? He's got.
No, what'd you say, homie? Oh, my internet's 3 terabytes. How you managing that?
Sorry, I'm running a speed test on my end, so if anyone can't see or hear me, it's because your internet's bad. I got 120 up, 150 down.
Are you at Blab HQ?
But I get 100 at my house.
You are.
You're in San Francisco, of course you do.
Like, old building, bad wires, Comcast.
I still want to know how homie is getting 3 terabytes per second. It's ridiculous.
You know, tell us, homie, what's up?
How did you hack
I'm
the
routed
web?
through like 4 universities at the same time.
All right then.
Where are you located?
Hong Kong.
Off screen.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm gonna hop off. I wish I could be more help, but
Brittany.
That's okay. Thanks for popping on, Britt. Appreciate you.
He didn't help us at all.
oh, I know. Homie trolling
She
me.
meant
All right.
I'm not even trolling.
Later, Brett.
No, watch when I give people
You're
props.
trolling?
Watch. Look at I'm throwing dollars.
Oh yeah.
Get naked.
You're hacking.
No, that's his
Hey,
logo.
Joel.
I'm
That's
throwing
his little
dollars.
logo.
You're like a stripper.
Hey, Marty was
Yes.
saying something about system resources.
On my end, it could be. I mean, I could probably stand to reboot this PC, but let me do a quick check
on the
and
other
see what's
on
being
the other
used
issue,
here.
if there's a router that's having issues between you and Blab or you and Facebook or whatever, that could be causing some of the issues too. It could just be like an internet storm between you and the pipe, wherever you're going.
Could be. I mean, I got a
Have
lot
you
of idle
pinged
CPU
Blab?
going on here.
I would
Nope, I
ping
can do
Blab
that.
and find out what kind of ping rate you're getting there, and then ping Facebook and see what.
Right.
I don't know what the IPs are for those, but you could. I haven't pinged in a long time actually.
So Blab is giving me 40 millisecond returns.
I haven't done that for a long time. I can't remember if that's any good. That seems kind of slow. Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine for this. Facebook is hitting me with about 40 to 50. I mean, it could be faster, but it's not so bad. I mean, usually if it's over 60 or 70, I expect to see an impact, but they're not. Jason's like, it's not fine. It's not fine.
Yeah.
It's not fine. Vincenzo, where did you go now? This is just, oh. So you're saying local internet is what the problem is here. If that's the case, in Wirecast, look above the second screen. There's a CPU readout. Okay, but I'm not actually casting
All right,
right
I'm back.
now.
Sorry, homie, or whoever I bumped. All right, I'm back. Didn't mean to do that.
I'm not actually streaming at the moment, so
There's a
I just wanted to tell homie that I have 9 terabytes per second. I've routed from 7 high schools, 2 science labs, and 2 computer labs. So I'm also running on a Linux.
what kind of hackers? What's happening here? What is going?
I'm gonna hack your life.
Well, that would explain that.
Thank you.
One terabit is 125 gigabits. So we're not talking about terabytes. Okay. It's terabits, for the record. Cool. And Meta, there's Meta.
Yeah.
24, not 25.
What's that?
Good.
You were one off. It's 1024.
One off.
Oh.
One off, yeah.
That's what we're going to call you from now on, Vincenzo. One on. So, homie, you have like a thing about showing your face, or is it just that you?
I just want to know how on earth you're going to get that. I want to get that fast too.
Yeah, but okay, if it's that fast, why is his video breaking up? His is the only one that's
pay me some
giving me crazy here.
Show you.
Why you're laggy?
I'll pay you a ton of money.
It's my VPN.
Well, Joel.
Yeah.
Well, this was exciting, and now it's this.
Joel's frozen. Oh, Joel's gone. Matt's gone.
All right. Everyone in this room has a multi-terabit connection.
Can you not see me, Vincenzo?
Yeah. We're killing it right now. Like, we got the best connection. Everyone else, they suck. I can't.
I see me. I see me here. I see me there. I see me everywhere. All right. Since she's been on last, she's upgraded to a Googleplex of bandwidth.
I'm good. That's why I'm not lagging. Yeah, I can't lag.
You're good?
It'd be impossible for me to lag. Yeah.
It's impossible for you to lag. You are lag proof.
Well, if you If you don't show your
that's
face
not even the point.
and you have no
The point
video,
is
then,
that I'm not going to
obviously
lag.
you're not going to lag.
Oh.
I am on a PC.
Well,
I don't
prove
have
it.
my webcam
Prove it.
connected. So if I was on my laptop, sure, I would cam up, but
Okay, but
no.
that you can't prove it.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Maybe if I was on my
Girl,
Raspberry
laptop.
Pi, I could, but maybe not now. Yeah.
Cool.
Well, I want to know, Joel, how long you been running that Twitter
So,
account?
homie, what's up, bud?
2007. In fact, my Twitterversary is coming up. I think later.
When did you start? When did you start following and
years on
shit?
Twitter.
Like, when did you get that? What did you go through OAuth? Do you have like a script that does it? You do it manually?
I'm not.
You do manually?
We're doing a lot of
That's
following.
what I mean.
What? No. But there's, yeah. I mean, it's basically we do a lot of following, and if people don't engage or follow back,
What do you
then
use to
they're
manage
gone.
it? What do you mean?
I don't. I have I have secret sauce.
This hold on. Secret sauce. So you either use software or use a script. So I mean,
New York Times best-selling.
it's not really
Comes in a
secret
jar.
sauce. I mean, come on. Well, I mean,
Secret.
it's
I'm
one
not
of the
telling
two things I just said. You either have software that does it, or you run it through a script. So you set up with OAuth.
Hi, Joel.
So you do.
How are you?
Hi, Vicky. I do nothing.
Hi, Vicky.
I
Hello,
just engage.
princess.
Do you need?
That's
Here's
broken.
half.
I need full.
Here's the other half.
That's mean. That's just
No,
mean.
what? Just see them together.
Well,
see them as
Don't
one.
tell a woman you're
It's just-
lazy.
I'm
trying
just
to
being
tell me that
lazy.
you're
Give her your
working
heart.
hard?
I can only give you half a heart.
I am lazy.
No, I came in here to give you these.
Okay, did you come in
and I
here just to
expect
rag on
them
me? Because I'm already
back.
have.
I know. It's just.
Yeah,
You shouldn't
you
have
yell a lot.
expectations.
What'd you say, homie?
Expectations kill
I said you yell a lot.
Really? Oh, you're so chipper and cheery. You got like the half face.
I'm gonna throw some dollars
You're
You got
at
a
you.
half
bad.
face going on.
I'm
He's in
throwing.
a really bad.
I'm throwing
day.
dollars at you right now. I expect you to strip.
Yeah.
Homie.
Bye, homie.
Homie, what happened to just
All right,
us
that's-
stripping?
Thank
You
you.
can't.
Homie, we
can't
were meant
talk
to
like
strip
that,
for
man.
each other.
Sorry.
You're not meant to ask other girls to strip. What happened
Bye,
to that?
princess. Yeah, you guys. Bye bye.
All right, you two go strip for each other.
Right? Right.
That's not nice. Like, be nice to
Right?
people. It's one thing to be playful. It's another
Like,
thing to
don't
be.
rude.
Yeah, no,
Like
no,
I
man.
feel my feelings just got hurt. I feel kind of hurt. I got a half eye. I got somebody telling me I'm a stripper.
Yeah,
I mean,
no,
man,
it's
this
okay.
is like
Just-
this blab is scary now.
Yeah, no.
I could feel
People
better
do
if you
stuff.
did this.
People, there's not everybody's got class. All right, for you.
Vincenzo, how are you?
This Blab went down the shitter real quick.
Well, that's what I'm here for. I wanted to help you guys bring it back up because I was falling asleep and getting very.
I just, I don't understand why. Is it upbringing? Is it what is it that it's like? You can have
Yeah,
people who are
right?
smart, but
Right?
just zero class. Like no sense of decency.
Right.
Like, have fun, but there's a line.
And red is always
that you
right, so
cross,
don't
and
cross it with me. Boom.
cross that
Just
line,
saying.
and
Oh, come on, calm.
that may or
Just
may not be
support a
true.
girl,
But
would ya? Just support a girl.
Wow, was that because I came in the room?
What?
Vicky's upset? Is that? Oh
Pretty
my
much.
gosh! Fine.
No, were you not listening to the whole
Yes,
rest of the conversation,
was.
Matt?
totally.
I can't handle you, Matt. I get stressed out
Totally,
whenever you're around. It
because-
freaks me out.
I know. I'm just. Amazing's kind of hard to handle.
It is. I hear you, man. I hear you. Vincenzo, you look like your cat just died, dude. Wake up, smile.
His
Me
cat,
too.
his
I am.
cat did die. That's what we were talking about before you came in here.
Matt, back
So
off, dude.
insensitive.
Don't back off,
Oh, the penguins. The Penguins are tied. I'm a little pissed.
Penguins
game is tied. I'm a little pissed right now.
Oh
You're
my
what?
gosh, he's sniveling. No, what? Oh my god, it's this. Change the name to the sniveling Blab.
All right. I want to get back to what we were talking about here.
I think it's time. I think you're right, Rob. It's time for me to blabjack and fix this thing because this is. Who does?
This is video shenanigans.
It was.
Yeah,
well, that's what it's called.
Yeah, we knew exactly what would happen here.
You knew it was going to take a nosedive, and you said, "Hey, let's go take a nosedive. Let's go."
Pretty much.
Look. So I will try this again. I'm not convinced that it's just latency between here and there. I'm not convinced.
Didn't they have issues last night? Didn't they like crash?
Because there have been.
We had issues in our Blab just right before this. Is that I'm sitting there and all of a sudden it goes. The screen's white. It says "Ah, snap," and it drops me out, and I have to go reboot to get back in. That did other guests too.
I am finally fully supportive of leaving the beta on there now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm serious. There's enough problems, and it's not. You listen. I hate to come on Blab and
I
glitch,
gotta add that to my dictionary for you. I'll give you credit.
I just made a new word.
I love it.
Right, bitching about Blab is blitching. But I've got other people calling me, high-profile people, that are saying that they're not going to use the platform, and
Mm-hmm.
I understand. Here's the thing: we love this place. Okay, we love this place, but it is struggling, and we've been trying to address this issue of stability. And what we hear is, well, we work on stability and features, and it's like they have this three-pronged approach, and we're going, no, just make it stable. And I think that's the problem that we're seeing is stability is not number one, and without stability being number one,
right?
How do you
have
retention?
When you bring some. He thinks he's watching the hockey game.
No, Vincenzo, what do you think?
That's the same thing. No, I'm not. It's on the corner of my eye here. I mean, the challenge is this is why you'll have platforms like YouTube Connect and Facebook Live. This is why they're going to. I'm not going to say they're going to win, but this is why they're going to get more attention is because of stability. I mean, I have no idea what the issue is here. It may not be a Blab issue at all. And obviously, I love Blab. I love everyone at Blab. They are amazing with their community, which is something that we'll never get at YouTube. We'll never get Facebook. So that's where Blab has the one up. I just hope that they can straighten out whatever issues with the connectivity so that people don't leave the platform. Because, I mean, like Joel and I are not going to leave the platform. I mean, I'm not going to just stop broadcasting on Blab. But
No, I mean, we're here. You guys are here. You're watching. We're talking.
Well, like Amy wanted to run
just, pull away, but
Amy actually wants to move her membership group. She does Spreecast videos to the group. She wants to do like an unlisted Blab and record it. Now they don't offer that yet. They don't allow you to record an unlisted Blab, but so people are recognizing that how powerful it could be. But then like today, because of like some of the issues, she ended up not doing it because of the stability. And so it's like, damn, every time there's like 2 steps forward, you take 10 steps back, because when you can convince people to finally come on and use it, and then they're like, I don't want to risk any issues. And it's like,
Is Vincenzo cutting out?
And for the record, nobody's threatening to leave. There's not like a boycott or anything.
I probably
I think it's you. He's fine here. Nobody's like, there's not an uprising taking place. We're just saying it's an issue, and it needs to be addressified. And maybe they are. you can't not take it seriously if it's on their end. And
I agree.
There's a lot to this.
It's a big deal, but it is really fun. And yes, stability would be the top priority. When Brittany was in here a little bit ago, what did she say? Were you guys talking to her about it?
Yeah, she said it wasn't them. Basically. And there goes Vicky. Poof. That's really funny. It's not them, and then Vicky disappears.
They kidnapped her. They blabjacked her from the Blab.
Yeah.
I mean, there's clearly issues. I mean, listen, there's clearly issues somewhere. There's no way that all of us could. I think, Joel, whatever you did with the Wirecast clearly kind of screwed it up.
It didn't help.
No.
It didn't help, but I definitely, see the value of Wirecast, even for doing my own live stuff, to be able to, have screen
I like
shares
what Stelzner was saying, though. They've got 4 different computers running in 4 different parts of the country. That's how they're broadcasting. Because they probably have one person taking the Wirecast down in a 5th location or whatever, going down and out to Facebook on the page, and then the other 4 are, in the Blab. So that's why they're all separate areas. So that's probably why they get a really good connection there.
I mean, even when Hangouts was new, I had a really good internet connection in North Dakota, and there were storms and issues like this before,
So, Vicky, Anthony took your spot because you left, and he was asking for the seat. So that's what happens. That's what you get. What are we doing here?
No, I'm just testing something on my camera.
Okay. See if a picture of us is.
Oh, that's what it was.
Broken
okay. No, I just wanted to see something. Go ahead. It's continue.
You may continue.
I may continue. I may carry on as I was. So I like to think that I saw your Facebook message, Vicky. You couldn't load the page. I don't understand. What would you like me to do about that?
Bow down.
Don't bow down. Don't bow down. Don't bow out.
I'm not bow down. I'm not bowed. Listen to me. Bow downing.
Don't bow
downing.
down.
I can't get the word right. That's okay. I wish I was drinking more.
Come on, Anthony. Get it out. What are you drinking there, Matt?
Yeah.
Nice.
A Pellegrino.
I had some.
This close to cracking open a bottle of wine after this tonight. I was. EBR's here. In the.
I like wine, but I have this thing called Viking syndrome, and so if I drink wine, I drink it like I grow horns and end up in Mexico in the back of a pickup truck, with no clothes on. So I just
you're
quit doing
officially
that.
scaring me, dude. You're officially scaring me. I thought I'd throw that out there. You're officially scaring me.
Yeah, Vicky, I know that's what the irony was, is that you disconnected the moment that we were referencing that there wasn't a problem with Blab, and then you got bootified. Anyway, I don't want to talk about Blab and their bandwidth and their issues. What I do want to talk about is how invested in this game Vincenzo is.
No, the game is here. It's the Penguins, baby. It's the Penguins. They were up 3-0. It's now 3-3. It looks like it's going to go to overtime, which is going to piss me off.
Clearly a Ranger fan over here. Sorry, guys.
What do you mean they lost? It's 3-3. It says on my phone.
Is using. Bye, Vicky. Thanks for stopping by. Snugsy said Blab is using WebRTC tech, which is light years ahead of Flash. But it leaves much to be desired. It's the future of web, but they're working on the spec. Blab equals thin wrapper around talkbox.com,
Wow.
nothing more. What is Talkbox? Apparently this is probably what they're licensing. Build communications into your web and mobile apps. So do we know for a fact that this is what they're using?
No.
Snugsy. I mean, it doesn't matter. Everything's got to develop from something. So
Joel, are you finding it a challenge or a hurdle trying to get people to come onto the platform that are outside of Blab? And yeah.
When you say come
Well,
on
both.
it, do you mean
Both,
as
actually.
guests or to do their own shows? Not as guests. I've brought.
Yeah, I
you
know.
know,
And I got a few
Dude,
others.
you brought
But the thing
Tony
I'm
Robbins.
finding is I get when I say Blab, I'm like I get one of those. I get like the head. Yeah.
Yeah, well, they don't know, but I
find that
mean,
funny
it doesn't,
because
they trust
Brian
me.
Fanzo told me that he's getting a lot of. He says that there's a lot of brands asking to do Blab strategy.
Blab.
And I find it.
Blabbergy.
I don't know. I don't know. Like obviously I'm not. I believe him for his word. I don't see it. So like for me, I don't see brands wanting to do this. I'd see
Snapchat.
brands more interested in
live
video or Snapchat over this.
Yeah, that's correct. I don't know why a brand would yet be saying here when there's much larger
I think YouTube
audiences.
Connect is going to get it right. To be honest with you.
Yep, that's what I'm banking on.
I know you are, brother. What's up, Mike?
Speaking of video, Mike, you're the man. Speaking of video, the news from Amazon today was big. They have built, and it is now open for business, a YouTube competitor with one exception.
No, we're gonna hold.
Vincenzo raised his hand, and Blab said, "No."
Oh, that's awful.
No,
that's awful.
No, I don't think so. So bounce, Vince, and come on back in here. So their live video, which is let me see here, video direct .amazon.com. You can sign in, sign up, and start uploading videos and earn from the videos that people watch. The thing that makes it different from YouTube is that you have to have closed captioning.
Oh, nice.
On your videos. So they're and I'm not exactly sure why that is the reason. Why that's the thing that is the barrier, but it is
probably
a barrier
because of the app, the Amazon Prime app on television.
Yes.
So what they're wanting? Oh, Don Crowther, how you doing? And is Instagram expert? Is that Sue? Yep. Hi, Sue. Good to see
probably,
you. I think what Amazon is going for.
What were you saying, Vincenzo?
Oh, I was saying that like 5 seconds ago.
Okay. you got delay big time.
He's got delay now.
You're lagging now, Enzo. That's why we're talking over you, because there's now we got delays going on here. What Amazon is going for is TV, as we understand TV, and they only want quality content on there, and classification is probably important. EBR, no doubt about that, and there's a barrier to entry to do closed caption. You got to transcribe.
Joel, what's their value prop? What's their selling point over
to do
YouTube?
it?
I mean, YouTube is like the 800-pound gorilla in their space, but what? Yeah, they are. But it's like,
dude, Amazon's huge.
Yeah,
Amazon.
YouTube is Google.
Yeah, money.
Oh crap!
It's all money. By the way, you're frozen up on my
end, refresh.
Anthony.
I'll get out.
You've been pixeled the whole time, by the way. Yeah, MySpace was huge.
Yeah,
and
Amazon has the TV movie thing going on like Netflix, and so I think that's going to be. They have a lot of big name content. I mean, Google Play does too, but I don't think they have a TV app for it, do they? That they can.
I think Amazon's is trying to compete with Google straight up. They're not trying. This isn't even like they don't even care about Facebook or any of that crap. They're totally. Nah, this is a total play against Google and YouTube. Not that they don't care. Okay, let me rephrase. Not that they don't care, but that's not what they're trying to. They're trying to go after the bigger, the perceived bigger fish, which is Google to them right now, and YouTube.
I think they see what Facebook is doing very clearly, and they see the threat that
Facebook doesn't have the
original programming has.
Potential.
They will. They've got. See, here's the thing. They've got the full infrastructure now.
Yeah, they already own it.
Amazon has that the others don't.
But here's the thing.
They have content. They have tons of it. They have content.
Right. But here's what Facebook has. Facebook has the audience, and therefore the content creators.
No, I gotta
if they can maintain the audience.
Yeah, but Amazon's got content, but it's not their content. It's content that everyone brings to them. YouTube has and YouTube's got content.
No, they actually have their own content.
Yeah, but it's not scale. It's not. It pales
a little.
To like
a little.
YouTube has original content and then everyone else's content. Amazon has everyone else's content that goes to Amazon. Right? Think of it in terms of scale. I think I'm a scale thinker. So YouTube has scale and reach. Amazon has product and content, but doesn't have the scale that YouTube has. I think that's the only thing I see. Am I still lagging? Am I lagging? By the way, is my video still crappy?
Well,
oh crap!
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. And yeah, you are lagging in pixels. You look better, Anthony. So Facebook just announced that they're doing a morning show. So there's going to be news and sports and commentary, and it's not going to be long before more people are tuning in to Facebook in the morning than Good Morning America.
I think that's great and all. So they have one program. Show, great. They have one program. We don't even know if it's going to be good.
Netflix started with one. Netflix had it was a ridiculous original program too. It was some real anybody trivia question. Somebody go look up and find out what Netflix's first original program was. I can't remember it right offhand, but it was really lame. It was really weird. And it didn't matter because they proved that they could do it, and look what they're doing now. And remember, Netflix started as a company that mailed out DVDs.
My point.
They started as an operation.
My point is, I don't see Amazon trying to get into the social game, which is what Facebook has as its advantage. So what do they have to do? They have to beat them at the content game. They're not going to. Either they join forces, which would be pretty freaking cool, because that would totally crush Google. House of Cards wasn't their first program. Then Orange is the New Black was before.
No. Years ago, Lilyhammer may have been the first series. It wasn't the first.
Can you guys hear me?
You know what? It wasn't. Yeah. I have wrong information. Vincenzo, you're lagging again. It wasn't Netflix I was thinking about. It was HBO that had the ridiculous first program. So now I want to know. Somebody Google that. What was HBO's? Yeah, Matt.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me? Yeah. No, I was a little bit of lag. This is the thing that I think a lot of people, they don't think about with big companies like Google and Facebook, right? Like all of these things that we discuss, which of course are interesting to us, a live video and all that stuff, but it's like they're using us to beta test something for them. And that something for them is a content distribution system. And so all of these live video testing and all of this stuff that's going on, it's all it is a way for them to test what happens when Mark Zuckerberg goes live and 10,000 people log on at the same time. They're just testing their infrastructure. You are right.
They will become a broadcast network. The little Facebook Live logo will be on your smart TVs right next to Netflix, Hulu, and Amazon. And because they have the eyeballs, professional broadcast networks and production companies are going to be creating original programming for Facebook faster than anybody's created for any of the other.
You got to look at it. You got to look at it from a data,
prediction.
and I agree with Joel. You got to look at it from a data perspective. No one else on the planet has more data than Facebook, right? That's one, and then you have YouTube. No, well, I'm talking from a So when I say Google Adventures, I mean Google and YouTube. They have the most data. But when you think of like a social media platform, Facebook really has all the data. Like anybody and everybody. I mean, from your grandmother to like your 10-year-old, everyone's on Facebook because they know the data's there. They know where you are, when you are, what you're doing, how you're doing. And it's all discoverable. It's all searchable. So it's all there. So Facebook kind of took a stranglehold. Why is that false?
Well, we're just kind of throwing it out there in terms of who's got the most data. We don't actually know who's got the most data, and we don't know who's got the most significant data. The case can be made that Facebook has more significant data because Facebook knows more about what we like. I would say Facebook has more data related to what's important than Google does. Google knows what we search for and what sites we visit. Amazon knows what we buy. But Facebook knows who we are. They know when we were born. They have our timelines. They know who we hang out with, when we go there.
Facebook knows, like when you do like Facebook chat, I guarantee you that if they don't already have it already, they're analyzing all of that chat and how you interact with people and what you talk about. And I don't mean it like a Big Brother thing, but just like, Google, when they started turning on location sharing and all that stuff, it's like, or when you could, what was it that they were recording so that you could, they could test the voice capabilities, so they're recording everybody's voice and algorithms and all this stuff. So they crunch all this data, but of course, if it gets in the wrong hands, that could be kind of bad. But but I just think that
ABR has an interesting point. He says Facebook knows what you want other people to think is true about you. Google knows the creepy bleep you're really into. I think that. Look, when people are on Facebook, they like the things they like. They're not, that stuff is true. You don't go and like something because you don't like it. You like it, even if you don't, like they say, people who like Donald Trump's page don't necessarily like him, or they might have liked it back when they had the reality show. Whatever the reason is, people like what they like.
Yeah. It's human nature, right? It's human nature. People like what's right.
They
exactly.
Like what they're interested in.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're interested.
I like things.
That's the thing. That says something about you, and then they know whether you really like it or not based on the content of what you post and the frequency, and they can check and see how many friends do you have that also like that. What company do you keep, and who do you run with? I think Facebook knows more than anybody.
Oh yeah,
except for me.
Well,
I know all.
Yeah, but Joel, when you think of like that's perfect, by the way. So when you think of it, so let's put that in context. Okay, so if you're Facebook and you know everything about me, what the hell are you going to use it for, right? What are you going to use it for? Well, we're gonna get more into your life, and we're going to provide this thing called Facebook Live, and we're going to do live video, and then we're going to see what you do and probably record that as well. It doesn't matter. I'm thinking from a my business brain picks clicks in. Okay, well, and who's gonna really stand on top of the mountain when it comes to live video? And right now, and we're talking about Blab. We would like Blab to be there. It's just not there. And we can get into the whole scalability question, but that's going to waste time. I just think Facebook Live is really at the top of the mountain right now because they are. They a power gorilla, and they're doing it. Who else is behind them? Well, it could be YouTube. I don't even know YouTube Connect.
I doubt YouTube's not behind anybody. YouTube's still number one. There's no way on earth you can discredit YouTube. And Joel and I had this discussion earlier where Joel said that, Joel said this earlier. We didn't have the discussion that Amazon. We did have this discussion earlier that this Amazon video is going to be better than YouTube. It may be, but I don't. Until it happens, I don't see it. So
Vincenzo, I was just saying from I was just saying, I'm sorry, I want to clarify, and maybe I might have misspoke. I meant from a live video perspective, Vincenzo. I wasn't saying, YouTube is sort of the king of everything when you think about it, because they have all the video, they have all the content. When I think of live video, right, I think of Facebook Live. So, and let me just, as a footnote, I passed around a Wall Street Journal article that came out this morning about Periscope. See, now Periscope is going to be able to have searchable titles and broadcast, whatever it is. I circulated this morning. Now what's Periscope doing? So there's all kinds of discussions about live video. And, I look to you guys as the I hate to say experts, but sort of the leaders and the enthusiasts and the influencers. Where's this all going? Because from a business side, where do I want to plant my feet? Other than on my own website, where do I want to plant my feet to try to scale as a business and reach my my customers and my new customers? I know there was a lot. That was kind of that was a mouthful. Sorry, guys.
Well, I mean, I think a lot of these new networks, I mean, right now we're seeing technology accelerate at such a rate that it's like the next best thing comes out like every 6 months or less. It seems like the cycle is accelerating, right? Anchor, everybody, oh my God, Anchor was so amazing, and then it's like on, right? It's like everything has this really short use cycle.
But see, we go back to the words like everybody. Hold on, we use words like everybody a lot. Who's everybody? There was like a handful of 500 people that used Anchor. It's not
us.
And I'm not knocking you. We all have a tendency to say,
right,
everybody this, everybody's not on Blab.
Right.
Right. Everybody using Blab is on Blab. Of course. Right. Everybody using Anchor. So there's No,
I don't mean it that way.
Like when you think about it,
I just, what I was saying is like, it's kind of like.
God, we're lagging. God, Matt, we're all lagging. We're all lagging. God,
lag
Matt.
is really bad.
But I'm sure it's all my bandwidth. So that answers that question. I've not been on Facebook for an hour now.
Facebook Live is trying to jack this Blab to put them out of business.
So I mean, we have a test here. Yes, it was worse with Facebook on, but there's definitely problems. There's definitely issues.
Hey, I was one thought that I had while we were talking about this stuff is good content is kind of like the same as like musicians, right? Talented musicians. There's plenty of talented musicians out there in the world, right? So whether or not they're successful and they catch on has a lot more to do with marketing than it does with talent or how good it is. So when we're talking about, oh, Blab is great, or Google Hangouts was great, or Google Plus was great, or Facebook's great, whatever it is. Whatever. Not tonight, but anyway.
Nobody ever said Google Plus was great.
So I'm just trying to throw that in there, see if it stuck. But yeah.
It didn't.
What I'm saying is, Google made some really good products, but that doesn't mean that they're going to catch on, and it doesn't mean. And quite honestly, in my opinion, Google's biggest failure was their marketing. They didn't market helpouts right. But here's the other side of that. We don't know what their true reason for launching helpouts or Google Hangouts or any of those other things were. It could have just been a temporary data collection until they get what they need,
You don't launch a product like that just to collect data. You have intent behind it.
I don't know.
I mean, Google has a marketing problem. They have developers, but tech is like that. Tech companies focus on the tech, and it doesn't mean the developers know anything about how to sell and market their product.
That's been the case for so long. Why in the heck are we still talking about that? Like about why tech companies can't market? I mean, good Lord, you'd think they would just hire some people to market them.
Apple, yeah, absolutely.
Some of them can, and they're the ones
Facebook
that
is doing
clearly,
better.
Apple could, and
Right.
now Apple's kind of
Samsung
without jobs. They're sucking, and Twitter is sucking. But Twitter was never really about tech. Twitter got lucky.
Twitter's a news platform.
Yeah.
Is that for real, Joel? That Twitter is now positioning themselves as a news broadcast platform?
Well, I mean, they've certainly been a news broadcast platform for a long time. It's been a great place to discover what's happening because you have 300 million citizen journalists on the ground. Something happens and somebody tweets about it. I think that's one of the best uses for Twitter is what's happening anywhere. It gets out there now, at the speed of tweet. Ooh, I like that.
You should patent that one.
I wouldn't position themselves just as that because they're also a celebrity platform and a communications platform and a customer service platform. There's a lot of different things they have going on. What they don't have going on is good leadership. What they don't have going on is good marketing. What they don't have going on is customer acquisition and retention.
Yeah. I mean, if you would
those
put
are problems.
Really great social media people with like storytellers and what have you with some of these companies, man, they would take off. It's why do you have to sell that to
of these companies?
It doesn't make any sense. Maybe it's because I hang out with you guys all the time.
And when I speak to the guy who writes the check, and you gotta realize I work for a $25 billion hedge fund. Okay, so I work for a pretty big firm. I'm just sharing, guys. And when I bring up 2 years ago when I joined the firm and I sat down with the managing partner, he looked at me and he goes, "You know, social media is just full of crap, right?" And I looked at him in the eye, and I literally didn't know. And I'm a guy who always has an answer. I literally was speechless. I'm like, okay. I mean, that's the thinking. And until that, this is 2 years later, and things are changing a little bit. But listen, the old Italian saying is the fish rots at the head. It's got to come from the top, and it's got to work its way down. So it's hard to go from the bottom up, and you have to realize.
Although I was going to say, although I do see what he's saying in the sense that traditional marketing in the real world, so to speak, right, is superior to social media just in the sense that they have years and years of data and ways to test it, where social media, we don't really know. Like there's a big debate going on about, podcast download numbers. What's a legitimate download? What's a fake download? How do you game the numbers and all this other stuff? And it's because technology can be manipulated so easily, but of course, so could other things in the real world too,
Well, there's the discussion about what a Facebook video view is, right? YouTube came and said, your view's not a view. And Facebook said 3 seconds means that we have their attention, and that's a view. And of course, it's bogus. That's why we see, when we look at the numbers on Facebook of unless you have analytics from your page, you don't really have.
The real data is dollars in your pocket. That's the analytics. And if your customer says they bought because of social media, anything else is bullcrap. It's just vanity metrics, If you can't,
it's a hard discussion to have. But you know what?
Yeah, exactly.
It's
dollar signs.
I don't want to sound like the purple squirrel here, but it's sort of the truth when you think of it. And we can all talk about how great social media is and how it builds communities, but if it doesn't get extrapolated, I'll use that word carefully, extrapolated into some cold hard cash number you can thread it back to, it becomes that, well, it's social media, it's marketing, right? And it's unfortunate. But the silver lining in the cloud is 50% of the marketplace is made up by millennials, right? That think differently in some respect. But I turn to the Gen Xers, right? I say that gently with Joel in the room. The Gen Xers, they're the ones that write the check. We lost Joel. They're the ones that write the check. They're the ones that write the check. They're the ones that pay your salary. They're the ones that pay for your consulting gig. They're the ones that pay for your retention. That's what it comes down to.
Right.
Yeah.
And they're the people that have the money to like that's the thing.
Yeah.
It's like musicians, like I talk to musicians a lot, and I'm like, go where the money is. Who has money? Corporations, people in their 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s. Those are the people that have money. So if you can convince them to give you some of their marketing budget or some of their whatever, like really it's sales to people that have money.
I bet that really
like,
sucks.
When I first got started, I was a vacuum cleaner salesman. Like when I was a teenager. Yeah, I did. But, it's like, I went door to door and I did all this stuff, and I just can't remember why I was going to say that. Why did I say that? It was Kirby's.
I can't get to my profile page. When I do blab.im/Joel.com, it takes me to the main page. Anybody else?
I haven't tried that yet.
Let's see. I'm going to go to Anthony's page right here, see what comes up.
I had that happen before, and I had
redirects back to the main page. Anybody else?
Shouldn't.
I think that's a caching issue. Because I had the same problem. I had to close out all my browsers and stuff.
Yeah, are you having the same problem?
Yeah, I am actually.
Okay, so it's not caching. It's broken.
All right, so I'm going to ask Joel. Joel, let me ask you one more question because I'm going to hop out of the square, but I've been meaning to ask you this for like an hour here.
No, that's not what I meant.
You speak a lot, Joel, right? You do a lot of MC work. You do a lot of speaking. I see you do a lot of stuff in social media in the social media space. But when you get called to do corporate stuff, right? When you get to go, and I don't know a lot of your corporate work, but I just know that you probably get some corporate work, and other corporate work you do. Are the conversations different about social media and budgets and payments versus doing a social media marketing world or doing the thing you did with Brett Michaels and doing the MC work? Are the conversations different?
Every conversation is different. Every one of them is different. Doesn't matter what I do. Okay. It's as varied as people.
Okay.
Honestly.
You know what I found is like when I'm dealing with some of my sponsors for like my music sponsors, the bigger corporations are more skeptical about certain things, like trying out things because they have, like you said, the old school bosses that are, you have to sell to them. And so for them, if they don't see instant results, they don't know if they're wasting their money or not. So they're trying to generate income in a window, sometimes even for shareholders, but it's like, the bigger the company, the harder it is to sell, trying to do something innovative with Snapchat. Like right now, I'm talking with a music festival and I'm trying to get them to use Snapchat for the music festival. And, it would be a brilliant way
I would love to see like
feedback,
Joel,
if they put their Snapchat ghost everywhere,
I don't want to start dropping names, but I adore Joel. Joel's like a brother. I adore him. I would like to see Joel on a Salesforce.com stage with Mark Benioff talking about Snapchat or live video, right? I'd love to see, Ted Rubin, and Ted and I, we had lunch the other day and we had a pretty in-depth conversation. We talked a lot about corporate speaking. I would love to see guys like Joel and Ted be on like, I'm trying to think Target stage or Walmart. I'm just throwing names out, guys, but I like to see on the corporate stage telling these stories, right? Because that's where, and I'm thinking like money, that's where the money is, but that's where also the scale is. Like imagine going to 500 Walmarts or 500 Targets.
But here's the thing. I think what those companies usually do is they pull from their MBAs, right? They go to the guys that have the paper that shows, well, I'm the expert. I'm the marketing. I have the marketing degree.
But isn't that changing, Joel? But Joel, hold on. Respectfully, isn't that changing a little bit, man? Because really, look at you. Look at you.
Well, I hope so, but I think I hope so. But I think in general that there's still a very corporate mindset that yeah.
This is still very grassroots, in my opinion. This type of discussion that we're having, even with, Joel's pretty high profile, and he goes to a lot of corporate events and stuff. But I mean, it's still a pretty grassroots movement.
It's
the whole
look when you look at
and social media.
My Twitterversary,
I mean, it's not like
stupid.
totally
It comes up, I
mainstream.
think, this month. I've been on Twitter since 2007.
Okay.
And I think it's coming up this month. Yeah, in fact, May 17th will be 9 years. That's really young still, right?
Yep.
That's, enough time to have gotten into the mainstream mindset, but just because 1.5 billion or so people are on Facebook doesn't mean 1.5 billion people are doing business on Facebook. The majority of people on Facebook are probably just people liking their friends and liking things they like.
But when you start to watch, let me put that in context, Joel. So when you start watching, Law and Order SVU or some of these sitcoms, and they're saying, "Well, I looked at her Instagram, I looked at her Twitter." When the name gets dropped in mainstream, then you know that it's there. That means this scale is already begun. But let me add one thing. Salesforce.com has been around just as long as Twitter has. So, I know it's not a long time, but I don't know, where's the tipping point, right? Is it 10 years before it becomes credible? No. You look at things like Instagram. Instagram hasn't been around 10 years, and you hear Instagram being mentioned on these sitcoms. When you're on sitcoms, they've hit mainstream. They've made
iFart was mentioned on a sitcom.
There you go. Right.
I mean, Salesforce, their customer
85 to
90% is corporate America.
I used to work with Salesforce. 85 to 90% of the Salesforce licenses are sold to corporate America and middle market. The remaining 15% are all entrepreneurial companies that really want to scale their business. If not, then they use Ace of Sales or Infusionsoft or some other type program. But Salesforce is the 800-pound gorilla in the business. But a lot of entrepreneurs, and I'm talking companies that are between 10 and 50 people, use Salesforce. I bought in Salesforce to my company 2 years ago. We spent the $6,000, and it does everything. And it's only 10 years old. It's only 10 years old. But Mark Benioff is a maniac, and he took it mainstream because of his marketing efforts, and I know I'm kind of just throwing stuff out there.
But right now,
but they're very social.
Probably coming from corporate.
They're social,
right?
but they're not
so that's
doing
probably
it.
Why
they're social in as much as that they're a cloud-based, CRM system. And I hate to even use that, but they're a cloud-based CRM system. That's to the extent of social. That's their extent of their social media. They don't have a big Twitter presence. I don't see them anywhere on Facebook at all. Right. I don't see any of the Instagram stuff. I see very little on Twitter. Right. I don't see a lot. I don't see Mark Benioff doing. Listen to me, LinkedIn.
What about LinkedIn?
If you're an influencer,
I bet they're all over
you're writing
LinkedIn.
articles. Tony Robbins, Sir Richard Branson. This guy Grant Cardone does it. Gary does it. All these. When you write articles on LinkedIn, that's when you've reached scale. Nothing from Salesforce. I've seen nothing. I see more from Target or from some of the Wells Fargo, some of the banks, some of the Wall Street firms, but nothing from Salesforce.com. My point is, Joel, and I'm going overboard here, is it's 10 years for Salesforce. So there's got to be a way to break this. And my goal has always been the same, to see you on a stage talking to corporate America. I just think that's where, it's like you've reached the mountain, as they say. You've reached the top of the mountain.
Well, I've spoken at a bunch of them, and I just want to be where people want to hear me. I don't need to infiltrate and persuade anybody. I just want to be where I would rather be in front of an audience that has open ears and they are there because they want to hear what I have to say, than be in a room full of people and try and convince them why they should listen to me.
No, and I wouldn't want you to be there. But no. But so then, Joel.
See, that's what my problem.
Go ahead. It's social media is your audience, but who else is your audience? Is it TEDxers? Is it TED Talks? Is it association type stuff? Like I know I'm kind of digging here, but Like, who would be your audience then?
Yeah, it's all over the map. My audience is all over the map. A lot of it is entrepreneurs. Occasionally, it's corporate. Internet marketers. Sometimes affiliate marketers. Sometimes people. Social media people. Other times, personal development. I've spoken. I'm pretty versatile. I'm a Swiss Army knife. I mean, as a professional speaker, I'm pretty much, as long as I understand the topic, I can speak to it.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what it is. I've gotten up to speed on niches. I've spoken to legal organizations. I don't know anything about the law, but learning what their needs were and finding case studies, out there for others who are doing it. I've spoken to, the radio stations. It's just like the list goes on of the people that I talk to, and it's all over the map. As long as I understand it, I can speak to it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm reading Pat Flynn's new book, Will It Fly? And I'm actually listening to it on Audible, but it's a really, really good book. And he kind of goes into, his process of how do you select a niche. Like he's made a lot of money off niches that he didn't know anything about when he got started, like food trucking and fly fishing and different things, and it's like, you just, all you have to do is find people out there and solve a problem for them and then build a product.
If that's what you're interested in,
and sell it to them.
There's some people that just get a thrill out of finding a niche they think is hot and building something. I'm not that way. If I'm not interested in that niche, I don't care how much money it makes. I don't want to play if I'm not going to have fun.
Right.
See, I'm trying to find a sub niche in music that can mesmerize me and hold my attention, for long enough to, build a business around it, and then I can use that to fund my music career.
You may have to define that on your own. I don't want to give you coaching, Matt, but you may have to define that on your own. You may have to write down what you want and then find it based on what you want, rather than finding the niche and then adjusting yourself to it, because that never works. I'm just being friendly here. That never works. You got to define what you want and then go find it.
I disagree with that, or you need to make it if it's not there.
Yeah. You got to create it.
Well, I'm doing kind of both. I mean, like Pat would say, sometimes entrepreneurs will try to take their concept and force it on an audience, right? So you have to be careful about that too. And so that's really what I was doing for the first part of my experience when I got all the followers on Google and all that stuff, is that I was trying to force myself on a whole bunch of people when you just have to figure out there's enough people out there that everybody has an audience. There's people that like me, there's people that like Joel, there's people like you, there's people that like all of us, you just have to find out where your people are and see if you can rally them around what you're doing.
What you do, and people will gravitate towards you. I find that it's more like a centrifugal force thing, that when I show up and do my thing, then people who are drawn to me, either because of what I have to say or what I think, or because they disagree, whatever it is, they enter into my orbit.
I think it's different for content marketers and people in the internet space a little bit, because people are kind of
into what thing?
Into that kind of stuff, okay, so here's the deal. Like, music fans are so there's so many distribution channels of everything, content, video, music, whatever, right? And I think if you do the people will gravitate around my cool thing that I'm doing, I think you're selling yourself short, in the sense that, not necessarily you, but in general, that if you don't do something to bang on a drum and get some people's attention,
well, it's more like
I think there's a little bit, you got to give them a little gentle push, or a pull. Yeah. But I think that I used to just say, I'm just going to do my thing and see what happens, and nobody came. But when I started putting myself out there a little bit,
all right,
thanks,
Matt. Appreciate it. And Anthony, sorry that your bandwidth keeps bouncing, but let me monologue here a second. And if somebody else wants to grab a seat, then feel free. Mal, I know you've been chomping at the bit to come on in and talk. Thinking if there's something about, but I don't know if I want to talk about it right now. I'm really frustrated about something, and it's around privacy issues, and I'm particularly angry with Skype right now. I'm measuring my words, and I'm biting my tongue because I'm not sure I'm ready to go here yet. No, I'm not. There's one more thing I need to do before I let loose. I'm not trying to tease. I'm just not happy with them at the moment. So, if anybody has anything else they want, Vincenzo gave up on the show tonight. His bandwidth is choking, and apparently Anthony was having a hard time. And I guess it wasn't just Wirecast streaming out, but it appears there are some things going on here on Blab that are causing problems lately, and that makes me sad because I want it to be good. Hi. So who wants to come on and talk? Somebody else that wants to come in and say hello, or is it too late? Is everybody in their footy PJs in bed? I'm the dork here talking when I should be getting in bed. Is that it? Hey, you know it is. It is what it is. I'm getting texts at the same time here. All right, who's calling? Wake up and drive. I'm up. I'm ready to drive.
Hey, Joel, it's Keith.
Are you ready?
Live from your live group. I don't know if I'm ready. I mean, it's only 5:30 in the afternoon here, but can you hear me? You can hear me? Can you hear me, Joel? You can't hear me?
I can, but you're breaking up pretty consistently.
What's going on with Blab today? Switch headphones.
You hear him fine and clear? He's laggy, and I'm not a fan of the mobile app. I'm just not. I think it's not quite as functional. Mal, stop being difficult and get in here. Yeah, man. So what's on your mind?
All right. No, I mean you're.
I hear you. I don't know about okay, but I hear you.
It was a great third training today, which was awesome. I want to thank you for that. And yeah, and at the same time, you said everybody's in their footies. 5:30 in the afternoon.
That's what I do.
I figured I'd in the Big Island of Hawaii.
Where are you? Oh, nice. I've been to the Big Island one time. I've been to Hawaii about half a dozen times, but the Big Island,
north side, Waimea.
Are you're on the west side or the east side?
No, well, it depends.
So is it sunnier there than rainier?
It's really dry, almost like desert. But where I am, right here, it rains a lot. So,
yeah. Yeah, no, I remember being on the north side because we drove around the north side to get from.
Good. So anyway, I just wanted to thank
beautiful,
you for
love
everything
it there.
you do, and I can tell you're frustrated, so I'm not surprised.
Yeah, there's a number of things happening right now, but
thanks,
hey, such is life. First world problems, right? Cool. Well, thanks for checking in, man. Aloha. Yeah.